Am I live right now? So welcome to another live session that I have. This is not in YouTube, but it is right now in Facebook Live. And of course, right now I'm just doing it for the heck out of it, because I'm using it right now as a digital platform for education. Especially I'm into science, and of course science, you cannot beat science actually, except if you manipulate science. So anyway, let me see. So some of you are not using Linux, and of course, as you can see right now, where is my head? Is it up there? Where? Yeah, I think it's up there. So if you are wondering, I'm actually using Linux Pop OS, and of course this is a very stable operating system compared to before, when I use the Windows OS, the operating system of Windows. Especially I just wanted to emphasize that I am also using Windows as one of my OS. So I'm both in Linux and in Windows. So right now I'm in the environment of Pop OS right now. So let me see. Let me show you guys. I'm using the Pop OS right now. Let me emphasize that one. Make it larger. Oh, too much. Too much. So right now I'm using the Pop OS, and it's the version 22.04 LTS. So what is LTS means? It is a long-term support, and my computer is actually a Intel i5 11th generation. So it is a modern, sleek computer right now. Besides my my heavy laptop right here, it is running in Ubuntu. There it is. And at the same time, it is dual boot with let me see, Pop OS at the same time. So it's HP 15. I don't have any monitor right now. I'm just using this laptop. So let me go back into the smaller, so that I have a lot of. So this is not a hacking stuff, okay? This is not the hacking stuff. This is just NeoFetch in the terminal. Is just to know your OS, to know your unit, your laptop, your computer or supercomputer, if whatever you install right there in your computer, either it is in laptop or computer, desktop, or supercomputer or server. So it's just knowing your unit. And of course we have also the screen fetch. The screen fetches. Oh, I didn't. Okay, let me install. Let me install screen fetch. Okay, of course I have a password. Definitely I have a password, because if I don't have any password, probably I'll be hacked by someone else. So let's see my screen fetch. So I'm the screen right now is displaying my kernel, and it is a 5.18.10 generic Linux kernel. So this is actually updated. Let me see if I could update this one. So of course, if you are using Linux, you have to put your sudo or your command that you are allowing. In Windows, you don't have any sudo, but you just type in your let me see, Are they using terminal already, or they're using command prompt? I can't remember, actually. I can't remember, but I think they use the word command prompt, but I don't know right now. So let's use the sudo, which is the command that is I am allowing, and I am the user, which is right here on the top. That's me. Let me see. Update, sudo apt update. So if you are using Debian or Deb, or any Debian base like Ubuntu, Pop OS, even Linux Mint, so you are in the repository of the apt. So you have to type in the apt, which is that particular deb repository. And of course, let's update our software. There it is. It is updating right now. So let me just make it big so that you could see it. Oh, there it is. It's updated. That's also the same command, sudo apt, for the Debian based application OS. That's apt. And let's upgrade. Let's type upgrade, and then voila. And of course, if you don't use that one, you can always use the what you call this, the so-called the App Store. So just like in Android Linux, because Android is actually in Linux distribution, so it is one of the safest. That's why if we are using our cell phones, it is actually Linux. So it is just modified for your touchscreen capabilities. So that is why we have this Linux Android OS. If you don't believe me, just go into your cell phone settings, and then scroll into the license, and then when you reach into the about the cell phone, and then you just click the license, and then there you have it. Your Android will say that you're using Linux. So that is really awesome to know, and of course to share to you. So that's why we use the word App Store also in Linux, and same time in Android, because Android is a Linux distro. So let me see. So oh yeah, so this is already updated. Just, you know, if you want to look for your for example, if you have some documents like Windows documents like docx file or doc file, just look for your Word, and then Word. Oh yeah. I remember. I just click. So just type in Word, and then you will have your different applications. Like this one, you have O20 Word, a open source alternative for your Word if you are using Linux. And of course, actually I'm using right here. I'm using I'll make it big so that you could see. Oh yeah, I remember. There is my camera right there. So there you have it. All of my stuff right here. So as you can see, I'm using also some PowerPoint presentation for my lectures, and of course it's just like, you know, it's just like let me move it so that you could see, because I'll just move my head there. As you can see, I'm also using presentation for my lectures, and of course I am using the PT or the PPTX or the PPT file, and of course I am using OnlyOffice. There you have it. It's actually compatible with your Windows Microsoft. So let me show you guys. Oh, let me show you guys my. Oh, forgot. Let me show you with my files right here. Just like this one, this is my presentation. If I click the presentation right now, it's just like an ordinary PowerPoint. So it is really actually good to know that we have some open and free, as powerful as the Microsoft softwares application. So it's still the same. You can click left right, and then you have your PowerPoint presentation. Of course of course it's just only an operating system software, which is, of course, we have three basic and common operating system software. We have actually Microsoft, Mac, and of course Linux. And for our mobile, we have also Apple iOS and Android, which is the most popular for mobile. But Windows has also have the Windows Mobile, but unfortunately they discontinued it because they have failure to promote it. I think it's $7 billion flopped or failure. So yeah, this is actually my presentation. So that is actually my PowerPoint presentation. So it is just ordinary. So it is not so very complicated, you know. If you are asking this terminal is also also in our Windows. Actually, I use command prompt. That is command prompt for the Windows. You just type in CMD and then you will open this terminal. I don't know if they're already using the word terminal in their application, so probably there you have it. Probably they're trying to have this universal terminology of using the terminal and the CMD prompt before the command prompt. And of course it's just same. The only not the same is this one. We have the App Store. In Pop OS they call it the Pop Shop, and of course this is the alternative. I'm just letting you see these OnlyOffice desktop editor, which is the counterpart of the Microsoft Office. So this is basically the same. If you are looking for fun and games, you just click the fun and games, and you'll see we have a lot and tons of games right here. They say actually that Linux has no games. Actually, they have games. We are enjoying games actually in Linux. We also have Steam Deck. Steam Deck is actually based on Linux. So if you are looking for games and you have the Steam Deck, it's actually Linux already. So that is why I'm sticking with my Linux right now. There's an update every work days, but you can turn it off or you can just manually update, but it is not required to restart your computer. That's the biggest concern with Windows, because if I use Windows and there is a update, you need to turn off and restart your computer. But right here in our Linux, it just click, just like I just let you see this one, sudo space apt update if you are, and then password. There you have it. It is updating, and then no need to restart your computer, and then it is finished. Sudo finish. So that is very good. Okay, let me talk about the games in Linux. Actually, there's a lot of games actually, but of course I mostly didn't play it because I'm literally overloaded with all of my stuff. But before I was a gamer, I remember we have the original version. If you are playing Free Fire or CSGO, it's actually based on it is actually based on a Linux game, which is the Counter-Strike, and eventually turned into a Windows capability game. So there you have it. There's another there's another FYI regarding this types of application. So if you are also wondering if there is a graphics or something like a editing, yeah, we all have it right here. I remember way back then, way back in like late in 90s, okay, in 90s when I was young, I used the Photoshop and the Photoshop and photo editor. I can't remember. It is just a graphic interface editing machine or editing application. It is actually editing your stuff, like your pictures, your photos, your print shop. Yeah, I remember print shop. Actually, print shop and Photoshop is actually from the Mac, Apple Macintosh computers. Eventually, it went open source, and suddenly it changes into this so-called oh wait, I have to enlarge my head right here. So it is actually from Apple Macintosh, and eventually bought it by Adobe, I think in the late 90s, when they bought the Photoshop and then converted into a commercialized application, which is right now we call it Adobe Photoshop. The Photoshop that we have, but before it is just for the Apple Macintosh, and eventually it went open source, and eventually right now it is a commercial. But in Linux right here, we have a lot of stuff right here. We have a lot of stuff. We have editing software, from graphics to videos. Yeah, I want you to see video graphics. We have a lot right here. So basically you are not left out with all of this stuff. Actually, I'm using the OBS. Where is the OBS? The OBS. OBS, where are you? Let me see. Because I'm using OBS right here. Ta-da! The open source broadcast software. And also I'm using this one, the simple screen recorder. It is for free. This also, the PTV, the PITIVI. If I'm using the Wayland windowing software, I use PIC. Let me see. There's a lot right here. Oh yeah, Cheese also. I have this program, Cheese, and camera. Yay. Oh, by the way, if you've seen Adobe right here, Adobe is also available in our Linux. So you are not left behind if you're using Linux. See, even right here in Office, if you are having some stat, if you're using stat, you just look into this program. There's a lot right here, and it is all compatible. I'm using actually also this one, the LibreOffice. And where is the Open Office? Is it up here? The Open Office actually is also one of the compatible Office suite that you can use right here in Linux. And of course this one, the O20. The O20 is one of the best, also the best Office. Oh, there it is. The best so-called Microsoft for Windows clone. Yeah, because O20 is just a clone for Windows Microsoft Office. But here, this one, sorry. Wait. And of course, we also have this so-called OnlyOffice. This is one of my personal favorite, OnlyOffice, because it is compatible at the same time, but it is not a clone, because it derived from the, what you call this, it started with the Apache Office, the Office program before, way back in the early 90s and 2000. So why is it I'm doing right now? Because I want you to drop the notion of saying that Linux is for developers, Linux is for hackers. No, it is actually an open source, free open source software for your operating system. And at the same time, almost all of your appliances, your cars, your Android TV, because Android is also Linux, your cars, are using all Linux. Your cars, from your smart, we call it smart homes, that is Linux actually. A smart TV, that's Linux. If you don't believe me, let me show you. Let's go to Android. Android.com. That's their website. Let me see. Oops. Android.com. Oh, there it is. Yay. So Android, what is Android? Let me show you what is Android. So it is safe and it's secure. Android is based with, of course, our Linux. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Android. Our source. See, this is the source. I'll make zoom in. See, there you have it. Here, Android is based on Linux kernel. So there you have it. I'm not joking. Linux is everywhere, even in WebOS. We go to the WebOS. WebOS. I forgot the WebOS. LG. Yeah, LG is using WebOS. WebOS.com. Where is this the one? The website? The WebOS is actually Linux. Okay, so it is also based in Linux. Maybe I'll just use the wiki so that it, yes, there it is. See, your web OS is actually Linux. Ta-da! There you have it. So Linux. So everything. If you are saying that Linux is for hackers, Linux is for high-end. I mean, no. For advanced user, no, it's not. It's actually for everybody. Even HP computers, they have Linux laptop line. So let's go to HP Dev 1. They call it Dev 1. There it is, HP Dev 1. The HP Dev 1 by HP is actually Linux lineup. It is actually, wow, they have the AMD 8 core. Yeah, there it is. So there you have it. That is their lineup with HP Dev 1. Linux out of the box with Linux Pop OS pre-installed. There it is. I'm just gonna, yeah. And of course, Dell computers. Dell computers has also Linux lineup. I forgot the name of that laptop. The Dell the Dell laptop Linux lineup. The Altitude, yeah, there is the Altitude, and of course the latest. We have the latest. Out of the box Dell computers with Linux operating system software. Wow. Let me zoom in. So there you have it. There's a lot of Linux actually. The world is run by Linux actually. But the desktop and laptops majority is using the OS of Windows, and few are of course Mac, but most gadgets, from cars to trains to even airports, even soup. No. Yeah, I remember. Your websites are actually Linux. Yeah, I remember that one. So most of our websites, our servers are Linux. So there it is. What is Linux server? So all of our website is actually using Linux. So that is why even our Google, they're using Linux. So Google Chrome. Let's go to Google Chrome. Linux. I'm just gonna put Linux so that it will be easier. So yeah, there it is. It's built. Okay, it is built. So our Google is also based in Linux. There's a lot of stuff going right here. So that's about it for now for our online. Why is it? We have the Linux operating system all over the world. Not only all over the world, but also in the World Wide Web. And of course, our smartwatches, our smart TVs, our smart homes are all run in Linux. So I hope you have this new knowledge I'm sharing to you, so that you will not be misled by others. So just Google it, and then you'll have the answers. Google is also running Linux. Even, let's go to the canonical Ubuntu. Is it? Yeah, it's searching. I thought it is a beautiful Sunday morning, but unfortunately it is now blue. Oh no. That's oh no. Hey, my internet connection is a little bit slow. Probably there's some rains around and my internet connection is slowing down, especially in my web streaming right now. The oops thing. The oops. Come on. My internet connection is not good. Come on. I'll save this one. This one too. Did I? Oh yeah. Hey, I think the internet connection is a little bit slow, sluggish. It is sluggish. So I don't have any reply. Let's just put Ubuntu. And it rained. I'm just updating you guys that it is already raining. There you have it. Yeah, the Ubuntu. Actually, the Ubuntu servers. Yes, the Ubuntu servers actually. I'm just gonna click that one. Oh, so the Ubuntu, OS, the operating system software, is actually also supported by. There you have it. This one. It's Microsoft. Oh yeah, the developers. So just click downloads and then you have it, the Ubuntu server. It's absolutely for free. Just update, guaranteed for free, and it will be just running your website. So that is why Windows is actually supporting Linux, because they are also using it for their website. Wow, that's a tough call for a big company that also rely on this so-called Linux, which is the operating system software. Their counterpart, their what should I say? It is actually their competition. So see, there it is. It is supported by Google, Microsoft, because they are using the Ubuntu servers as their operating system software. So there is also some different flavors right here. We have the Ubuntu, Ubuntu Mate, the Ubuntu Studio, the Xubuntu, the Ubuntu Bungie, and of course Lubuntu. While the Pop OS, the System 76, the System 76 Pop OS is also they have also their computers, and with this one, I'm just gonna emphasize this one. HP and Pop OS is actually derived from the System 76 computers, so they're actually competition, but they're also having these networks. So if you go to Pop OS at System 76, it is actually good for the creative computer geeks for their robotics. Compatible with Steam, of course. Steam is actually we have Steam, we have Chrome, we have Firefox, the Visual Studio, the Atom. We have also the VLC, the the Spotify, the Blender, the Inkscape, GIMP, Plex, and of course we also have the Dropbox, the Slack, and the Telegram and Discord. So it is actually open for everybody. So GitHub, just go to their social media and then you will learn a lot. That's Pop OS by System76. So I think that's about it for now. Exactly 5 minutes before we hit the hour of 10 o'clock. I think I've been online for several minutes already, like I think 15 minutes. I don't know. I think it's still already like 45 minutes. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll stop the streaming and continue editing with this one, the editing for the Sanambin e-games. So I'll be continuing editing this one, and see you guys